This is gonna be a quick video of me showing my fans that I'm gonna be selling in Memphis, Tennessee for the Antique Fan Collectors Association Fan Fair. So let's get started. Here's the first fan. This is my 1950s or so Robinson Myers table fan. I'm getting rid of this fan because the oscillator doesn't work and and it's from the 1950s, and that's why I'm getting rid of it. I'm getting rid of this fan because um I have a lot older Robinson Myers fan that I got last year, and I'm not gonna even sell this older one. I'm just gonna sell this one because the nameplate on it is a lot newer than the one that's on that Robinson Myers fan. So let's keep on moving on with the next fan. Here we have my little Venco high velocity personal box fan. I'm getting rid of this fan because it's been sitting down in my basement and it's noisy when you run it, and I just don't have enough space for this fan. And so yeah, that's why I'm getting rid of it. And the fan that's um replacing this fan is my Windsor high velocity fan. If you can see it right there, you can see the handle on top of the fan, and it's facing my um Kmart K14 Xbox fan. Let's see uh, if you can see the handle a little bit better. It's right there. You can see the blue handle. That's what that fan is replacing. See? For this fan right here. This fan still runs nice. It blows a lot of air, like the other fans that I'm gonna be selling. So the Venco fan blows a lot of air. It runs great, but it's sort of rattly when you turn it on, but it blows a good amount of air. So let's move on to the next fan. Here we have my GE 1-speed table fan. I didn't want to get rid of this fan, but I had to. So let's move on. Here we have my other GE table fan, but this is the GE strapped table fan. What I heard from what fan collectors say that this fan was called. So this fan runs good. This fan blows a good amount of air. It was a good startup for the fan, and it was a good spin down time for this fan, and so yeah, that's all I have to say about that GE fan. So let's keep on moving. Right there is my Westinghouse table fan, model LA4. I'm getting rid of this Westinghouse fan because I'm trying to see if I can get an older Westinghouse table fan that has the wavy emblem on it. I almost got a Westinghouse fan that has the wavy logo on it that I saw over at the antique show a long time ago, but the guy said he wanted $50 for the fan, and I just didn't want to spend all of my $50 on that fan. He was selling it for $50 because the fan was in pristine condition. It was in very excellent condition, and I didn't want to spend $50 for an older Westinghouse fan. So sometime this week, I'll see if I can try to buy a older Westinghouse fan from the show, but this Westinghouse fan is gonna say farewell. And this was one of my first Westinghouse table fans that I ever got from the antique show. So the first Westinghouse fan that I got was a heater fan, and that's that heater right there. If you can see it good. So that was one of the first antique Westinghouse heater fans that I got made by Westinghouse. But I'm gonna try to find a older Westinghouse fan that has the wavy emblem on it. So let's move on. So right behind the Westinghouse fan and the General Electric fan is my 1998 to 1999 Lasko 3723. You may remember seeing this fan in my double Salvation Army fan finds video. I'm getting rid of this fan because I already have a 1988 Lasko 3723 that's being used over at my grandma and grandpa's house until they get like a hallway fan for their house. I can bring that 1988 Lasko box fan back to my house and I'll make a video of it. But that's why I'm gonna get rid of this Lasko box fan right here. This fan still runs great, but it was like an impulse buy for me because I thought it was a nice Lasko box fan to go with my older 1988 Lasko box fan, but I thought I was gonna keep this Lasko box fan, but I actually changed my mind. So it's gonna be sold also. So let's move on to the fans that I'm not gonna sell. So these are the two fans that I'm not gonna sell. I'm gonna be bringing these two fans along with me so I can try to find replacement parts for both of these fans. So right over here is my small 1930s small General Electric fan. The only thing that needs to be replaced on it is the motor. I tried to look for a replacement motor for that fan, but everywhere I looked on the internet, I couldn't find a motor for it. So I guess somebody at the show can help me to find a fan motor for this small General Electric fan. And this was one of the first smallest General Electric fans that I ever got for my GE fan collection. And the felt on the base is still there. The information tag on the bottom of the base is still there, and the year date that it says March of 1930 for that fan. So I looked up this fan yesterday to see if I can get some more information about this fan and to see if I could try to find like a motor for it, but I failed. But I did get some information about this fan on the internet. And if this fan was in pristine condition, this fan would be around $135 for this fan. But that's all I have to say about this little GE fan right here. And someday I'll make a video of this fan running, but I can't run it because the motor is burnt out on it, and when my grandpa first plugged this fan in, the motor almost burnt down my grandpa's garage when he first tried this fan out. It's a little single speed switch in the rear of the fan, but someday I'll make a fan video of this fan running, but probably in the future until I get a new motor for this fan up and running for this fan. So let's move on to the next fan. So here's the next fan that probably will be a problem to find to find somebody to fix this fan. This is my Eskimo Art Deco oscillating table fan that I first actually got for my antique fan collection when I was only how long ago was that? I believe I was only like 6 or 7 when I first got this fan. A long time ago, this fan ran great. It still oscillated excellent. I blew a lot of air, but now I stuffed it down in my basement with my other antique and vintage fans down in my basement. And this fan that's been sitting down here for so long that let me scoot the fan over closer to the camera so I can show you. Then I don't even know how this happened because it's been sitting down here for so long. The oscillator mechanism cover actually snapped right off from the bottom, and I'm not sure if somebody can fix that for me, or this fan is gonna be for parts. I don't want this fan to be sold off for parts, but until I get to the show, I'll talk to somebody about the fan oscillating mechanism, but I'm not sure if this can be replaced because when a long time ago when I first got this fan, um, this part right here was flush down there, where that gaping hole is. Now, it's just for like parts, but when I get down there, I'm gonna try to see if somebody can help me to see if they can fix it for me, or this fan is just gonna be for parts. But I'm not even sure if somebody can fix this for me or not. But the first thing that I have to do is I have to replace the cord on it because there's a lot of broken and bare spots in the cord, and there's some electrical tape on the cord because my grandpa actually replaced half of the cord on the fan and we forgot to do the rest of the fan. But so yeah, this is one of my favorite fans because this fan was made in our state, Detroit, Michigan. So yeah, so I'm not even gonna sell off this fan or get rid of it because this fan is freaking amazing. I looked up a lot of information about this fan. I do believe that on the internet that this fan was made in the 1930s, like the GE stationary, like the stationary General Electric fan. So yeah, so those are the two that I'm gonna be bringing along with me. But these two fans are not for sale, sadly. So let's move on towards the fans that are for parts and for auction. So let's get started with over here. So this is my McGraw um um Emerson um Lord's signature um fan. I got this fan for Christmas from one of my dad's friends. I'm getting rid of this fan because um um this fan um doesn't even blow any air anymore for some stupid reason. Um, and this fan was originally the oscillator on the fan was originally broken, but me and my dad fixed the oscillator on it because the oscillator was not in the right position to go back and forth. So that's that. But this fan still runs. I already oiled it. There's the oil hole. So I already oiled it. I cleaned it up as best as I could. But there's a lot of good replacement parts on this fan. And I do think that the motor's gonna die on this fan pretty soon. When you turn on the fan and when you let it oscillate, every time that it goes back and forth, it sounds like the motor's failing on it. And so yeah, this is one of the fans that is gonna go into the fan auction. Here's the next fan. Here's a Nap Monarch Jack Frost fan. You might have seen this fan in my 104 fan 104 subscriber special when I reached 104 subscribers. And you may know that the fan had um, um, towards the base is actually stripped, but I was actually wrong. So because you can see that this fan is so rusty, so I do believe the fan head um is loose because the fan head is not holding that good to the base anymore because um the fan motor is really loose when I wiggle it around, but there's a lot of good parts for this fan. So there's a lot of good parts for this fan. The fan still runs. It's good, but I don't want this fan anymore. So I chose to put in this pile. So let's keep on moving. Here's my Duracraft box fan that is gonna go into the auction. Chose to just get rid of this fan because the label on it is scraped right off, and that's how I got the fan. When I first found this fan at the thrift store, I was gonna fix the fan up, but I couldn't find a replacement blade for it, and I asked somebody on YouTube where I could find a replacement blade, and they said Amazon, and I looked all over Amazon for a fan blade for this fan, but I couldn't find one because this blade that's on the fan right now has a chipped blade